In this video, we're going to have some fun. In the last video, I showed you how unpacking keywords was very helpful. It was like getting a delivery from a teacher. You could either store the information by writing notes, or you could unpack it as a mind map and save on the pile of information that stacks up, unpack it, put it on the shelf. Now, this exercise is about how to unpack information. I'm going to show you how in this video, this exercise, we're going to unpack keywords like it's a treasure hunt. And it's going to show you how it gives accelerated learning and speed up your review. If you do it once and you do it well, you'll own it. And I'm going to show you how I do it in slow motion. I'm going to take one paragraph and I'm going to break it down into sentences. And then those sentences, the three of them, I'm going to break down into words, key words. We're going to join them all together into a mind map. Hopefully by the end you'll see it as a treasure and see all the benefits from it. Here goes. This is our paragraph, which is from this mind mapping book, page 10. We've got 52 words in this paragraph. Imagine this is like our cardboard box delivering this valuable information to us. We divide it into 3 sentences. This is old school. Let's have a little bit of fun here. So I'll read out the whole paragraph and then we'll break it down. Visual note-taking is nothing new. You can see it in primitive cave paintings, the hieroglyphics of ancient Egypt, and the notes and sketches of such great thinkers as Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Left to their own devices, most children and many adults sketch and doodle while listening to new ideas. Let's take the first sentence, visual note-taking is nothing new, and break it down into words. We have a 6-word sentence. The challenge here is, can we break it down into 3 words? Imagine you could only keep 3 words. What 3 words would you keep, and what 3 words would you lose? And this is how I would go through it. Visual note-taking is nothing new. Well, needs to go. Visual note-taking is nothing new. Well, note-taking. Note is enough. I don't need the taking. Visual note, nothing new. What I would do there is I would say visual note, new. Question mark, obviously. It's a question. Is visual note-taking new? And that's how I would reduce it down to 3 key words. So that's our first sentence. Our next sentence is a lot longer. We've got 28 words here. The goal here is to unpack it down to 14 words. Now we have it as words. The challenge with these 28 words is we're going to bring it down to 14 words. What 14 words would you keep and what would you lose? So we've got you can see it in primitive cave paintings. I don't really need the you. Can see, I might keep see. You can see it in, get rid of those. See primitive cave paintings. I'll keep that. See primitive cave paintings. The hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt. Well, I don't need the. I don't need the of. Hieroglyphs ancient Egypt. Do I need ancient Egypt? I could probably manage with just Egypt. I don't need ancient, so I'll put them there. So see primitive cave paintings, hieroglyphs, Egypt, and the notes and sketches of such great thinkers. I don't need and the. I'll lose them. Notes and sketches. Well, get rid of and the of. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, quite close. If we get rid of the and there and as. So, see primitive cave paintings, hieroglyphs of Egypt, notes and sketches, such great thinkers. I don't need the such. I don't actually need sketches because notes of great thinkers like Leonardo, we've seen his notes, we know what they're talking about, so that'll do. That's 14, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What if you could only keep 3 of those words? What 3 words would you keep? Maybe you want to pause and think, what 3 words would you keep? I'll show you which 3 words I would keep and how I'd break it down in my mind. In slow motion, this is how I'd break it down. I don't really need C. Primitive cave paintings. Well, primitive I don't need. Cave probably reminds me cave paintings. I know what she's talking about. Hieroglyphs, Egypt. Well, I don't need Egypt because hieroglyphs we know is all about Egypt. Notes of great thinkers. Well, we kind of know Leonardo. I don't need Da Vinci. Leonardo's enough. So that leaves great thinkers. I don't really need great thinkers because we know Leonardo and Michelangelo are great thinkers. So that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, notes. We're already talking about notes. So we don't really need notes anymore. Cave, hieroglyphs, Leonardo, Michelangelo. Well, I want to keep cave and I want to keep hieroglyphs. Leonardo and Michelangelo are kind of very similar stage. So I prefer to keep Leonardo because of his notebooks, so we'll put Michelangelo on the pile. Sorry, Michelangelo. So that leaves my 3 keywords as cave, hieroglyphs, Leonardo. Let's pop them there. So that was our first sentence, this is our second sentence, and this is our unpackaged recycling pile. Our next sentence, left to their own devices, most children, many adults, sketch and doodle while listening to new ideas. Now we have it as words. These 16 words, the challenge is what 8 words would you keep? Would you keep left to their own devices? Well, we know we don't want the 2. There. Left own devices. Well, left on their own, most children, we don't need the most, left own children, and many adults, let's get rid of and many, don't need that, left on the own, children, adults, sketch and doodle, while, sketch and doodle, we don't need the and, we can make the doodle stand for sketch and doodle, while, we can get rid of the while, listening to new ideas. Listening to new ideas. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're within our budget of 9. So do we still have the meaning there? Left, own, children, adults, doodle, listening, new ideas. Yes, we've still got the meaning there. The challenge now is what would happen if we could only keep 3 words from this. What would be the 3 key words you would choose? Left, own, children, adults, doodle, listening, new ideas. You choose. Your turn. Why don't you stop and write down the 3 key words you would choose? Now remember, these key words, there's no law about this, no rules about what's the right one and what's the wrong one. The goal here is what words help you remember the original meaning of that sentence. So what's the original? Let's see, what would I choose? Left, own, children, adults, doodle, listening, new ideas. I think I don't need left and own. Children, adults, doodle, listening, new ideas. I think I'll just take adults out of this and just say children, doodle, listening, new ideas. I would probably take listening, new away, and I've got ideas. Children, doodle, ideas. For me, that summarizes that sentence. So, you might have different ones. That's allowed. What we've got are 9 keywords, a pile of unpackaged boxes. This is the unpackaged language, and this is the gold that has been delivered to us through it. Let's go through and see if it still holds the value. Visual notes, new. Cave, hieroglyphs, Leonardo. Children doodle ideas. I'm going to see, what if you could only keep one word from each? Which would be that word? Just as a challenge. This is really breaking it down. If I only had to keep one word from each, I would probably say new. I would probably keep cave. And I'd probably doodle. Now why? New, cave, doodle. Is visual note-taking new? No, it's not. It started at the caves and we still doodle. That's why. We don't have to break it down to this level, but you might want to. Let's turn this into a mind map. The branches of mind mapping replace our language. All this stuff that we've just recycled, mind mapping replaces it. We've got our keywords, so we started with visual note new. The center of the mind map, I would say it's about note-taking. So we've got our notes. And then visual. We've got our branch. It's about notes, but it's about visual notes. And then the question is it new? Question mark. And the answer is, we've got the example of cave paintings, hieroglyphics, Leonardo. And I'm going to get rid of children and ideas because doodle, we said children and adults, so that's everyone. That's how it would turn into a mind map. Note taking, visual, is it new? No, it's not. Cave painting, hieroglyphics, Leonardo, doodle. And this is probably what it would look like if it was a regular mind map. So I hope from that exercise you've seen that there's treasure in keywords, that helps you with focus, simplicity, keeping on track of the flow of information, identifying the valuable connections, and owning the information. So I hope that's helped you understand keywords and how to unpack them and to discover the treasure in what you're learning.